Howdy, y'all. It is our very last Wednesday together, Wednesday, March 4th. What day is it? It's Wednesday, but you don't have a graded threaded discussion this week, so no harm, no foul. Thank you to the people who have indeed jumped in and posted, thanks for being my critical friend, thanks for this, thanks for that, and some kind words, which I greatly appreciate, but please don't anybody worry about that. So there's a couple things I want to point out based upon the signature assignments. Everybody's got their week 7 signature assignment back now. All your feedback is waiting for you inside live text. Okay, I reposted the grades so they're inside Blackboard, the points, but you'll get your feedback inside live text. So there's a couple of things I want to throw out as we move into finishing our final signature assignment and that template, but the paper in particular. Number 1 is issues with italics. And this is one of those hot button things for me because it drives me bananas. And people at the doctoral level still mess this up. I'm continuously correcting my peers on this as well, so don't anybody go, it is what it is. Anything in your paper that's in quotation marks should be a cited quotation. Now, I know a lot of people tend to take common speak or nomenclature that if we were talking to each other, we'd do air quotes, but you cannot put anything inside the body of an APA paper inside quotation marks that isn't a citable quote. You use italics for that. You italicize the word, the words. Same with the title of a book or an article in the body of your paper. You do not put it in quotation marks. You italicize it. Okay, that's issue 1. Issue 2. When you're, and again, this is, guys, APA. I want to be very clear. When you go for a job interview, you stand up straight. You wear a good suit, clean suit, no spots, no wrinkles. You tie your shoes. This is presenting your best self, your best professional self in that same fashion. All right, so that's why I'm so grr on it. I want you to go out in the world knowing that any writing sample you put in for a grant, you show for a job interview, you want to present to your board, whatever it is, that you can be proud and feel confident you're presenting your best self in text. Cap issues with titles. It's a big one a lot of people missed as well. So when you are putting the title of a book or a journal article in the text of your paper, inside the body of the paper, yes, you cap it the way it is presented on the book, on the document. So in the body of my paper, if I were saying a book I used a great deal this term was Understanding by Design, I would capitalize under, not by, but capitalize design as well, and then obviously parentheses, Wiggins, ampersand, McTeague, comma, in the year 2006, 2005, depending on your issue. In the body of the paper, you capitalize the book or the journal article the way it's presented. But on a reference page, it is different. On the reference page, you only cap the first word, any proper nouns that may be in that title, and if there is a subheader, which is set off with a colon, the first word of the subheader. So in the body of my paper, if I write out Understanding by Design, it's capital U, small b, capital D, because that's how it's printed. But on my reference page, capital U, Understanding, small b, small d, by design. Understanding by Design. Got it? Different rules for the reference page versus inside the body of the doc. Here's another one that a lot of people made. When you have 2 authors for a book, for a journal article, whatever, and you're referencing the material, you have to use both authors. and they have to stay in the order that they are in the printed material. In academia, the order of names is a very big deal. Whatever name comes first, that's the person that did the heaviest lifting, or the one who originated the idea. There is a reason for that order. So I know exactly what happened. People were thinking, well, but on a reference page, it's alphabetical. Yes, but the way that the authors present their names, that order does not change. And you do not only reference the first author. You can't just say Wiggins on page 56, noted. No, Wiggins and McTeague on page 56, noted. When there's only two authors, you cannot do at all. You have to cite them both. In fact, up to 4. And when you're going to use, is it 4 or 5? It's either 4 or 5. But for 1, for 2, for 3, you absolutely list all the authors. Okay? And when you do use et al., be very careful with it. You only use it after you have already cited all of the authors at least once. Get it? So let's say there's 5 authors in the journal article. The very first time you do that cite in the body of your paper, you have to list them all. Then later in your paper, if you cite them again, you can do just the first name, comma, et al., comma, year. Okay? These are the basic things, guys. These are basic rules. Believe me, you could get insanely crazy with the subheader this and the subheader that. I totally did not go there with levels and all that drama and is it an indent or not. I went with the general because it wasn't that kind of paper. This was not a dissertation. This was not a comprehensive exam. That said, I do want to give a shout out because the people who used subheaders in their paper, particularly subheaders that matched the rubric, those papers, guys, they were logical, they flowed, they were easy for me, not just as your professor, but as a reader, to follow the paper and understand. And you kept your sections very clear. There was a very nice flow, and it was very easy. Now, forget me as a reader, me as your professor, the assessor, the evaluator. It was very easy for me to be clear with, oh, okay, that's covered. Yes, got the 2. Yes, got the 2. So that I could spend more time focusing on the quality of the writing rather than going in and hunting and pecking. Well, where is this? I don't see this. Oh my goodness, it's up here, but it, okay? So let's recognize as we go forward and not just doing more papers as graduates, but when we design learning for our own students, subheaders are your best friends, particularly when you're working on a rubric designed paper, because that way it's so clear where you have the content, the guts that match up with the specific criteria. Here we are. All right. Whew, crazy journey. For anyone who still has work outstanding, you need to contact me. When the class ends, 11:59 and 59 seconds p.m. Sunday night. Oh yeah, don't forget, isn't this daylight savings spring forward weekend? So we're all going to lose an hour of sleep anyway. When the course ends, guys, that's it. You cannot turn work in late. I have you for 8 weeks. We have each other for 8 weeks. Unfortunately, in accelerated semesters, that doesn't leave any wiggle room. And those of you taking other courses, I know for some of you, this is your last class. Oh, yay. But for those of you moving on, your next class starts Monday. So we do not have the luxury of time. Anything not done, you need to contact me. It is your responsibility. Let me know. Dr. K, I know I'm late with this. I'm working on it. I promise you'll have it. Then I'll be sure, because I guarantee you Sunday night, I'll be up late. Because it is what it is. It always happens. But I want to make sure that you guys are able to truly be as engaged with your own reflection and cognition and affective domain and behavioral domain as much as is humanly possible. Okay? So with that said, I've taken up enough of your time. Ooh, 11 minutes. I will try and edit this down. Okay. Thank you for all that you've brought to the course. We're not done yet. Don't be that runner who sees the finish line and starts to slow down. Run through the finish line. All right? Bye, guys. I'm an email away if there's a problem.